I sang with the birds and played with ants. Most of these poor creatures, like ants, lost their limbs and got hurt while I observed them. Even though I was kicked out, I learned many things by experience. I saw how these ants got together and worked as a team. I saw how they carried huge food pieces as a team. That gave me the lesson on teamwork. If I was in the classroom sitting with my friends, I would be a stereotype. But being outside, I learned so many things by experience. For grade 5 studies, I moved to Sirimau Bandaranaike Vidyalaya. In 2015, I was in grade 10. At that time, I hardly read books. We don't even speak in English at home. I wasn't fluent in English. Even though I had this passion to do English literature as a basket subject, I was so nervous at first because I was the only Sinhala medium student in my class who did English literature as a basket subject for O-levels. In 2016, I sat for my O-levels and I got a C pass for English literature. I know you might think it's not a big challenge. It's not a big achievement. But for me, it's the most precious achievement I've got compared to all other 8 A passes. I think that C denotes the challenge which I took. Moving on, when I was in my A-level class, in 2018, we were selected as house captains in our school. So I was selected as one of the house captains in our school. I was the house captain of Paravi House. In this house, we were winning this title, losers, for 7 consecutive years. So it was a huge challenge for us to change that title to winners. The lessons I learned from ants gave me a huge support to teach what synergy is to my team members. And I was able to inspire them to become winners. At the end of the annual sports meet, we were able to hold the title first runners-up as winners. We were so happy at that moment. I was a senior prefect in my school as well in the same year. Balancing all studies and my extracurricular activities was really a big challenge for me. Facing all those challenges without stepping back have brought me here. Here I am in front of you speaking. My life has just begun. Many years to go, many challenges ahead. I love it. Over to you, Nina.
Toastmaster Mihri, thank you for that wonderful speech. And also, please stay in class because when KDU and staff might get you in hand. Also, I'm also a person who got a C for one of the main subjects, and I feel proud because you gave another another definition for C, challenge. Yes. Next up, we have Toastmaster Sachitra. Toastmaster Sachitra, where are you?
I came in the right time to see Sachitra, no?
Huh?
I came in the right time to see Sachitra.
Okay. Sachitra is here. Toastmaster, he's evaluated. Yes.
Can you check my audio?
Yeah, your audio is you're clear to us.
Okay.
Now we can see you as well. And Toastmaster Shani, are you there? Yes.
Yes.
Great.
So Toastmaster Sachitra will be doing his icebreaker today. And the purpose of this project is to introduce himself to the club and to learn the basic structure of a public speech. Toastmaster Sachitra image, the climate change. The climate change, Toastmaster Sachitra image.
Sudhubuta, would you like to go to a new school? Yes, Amma. That was a conversation between little Sachitra and his mother in the kitchen when he was just 8 years old. This little boy was born and raised in a town called Buttala, which belongs to Mondraga district. He was studying in a government school in his hometown until this conversation took place, and it changed his life. Dear Toasties, for next few minutes, you will be listening to the story of how that little Sachitra ended up delivering an icebreaker speech in front of you all. After the previous conversation, my parents sent me into a new school where no one cared about fans, AC, and hot temperature. It was none other than St. Thomas's College, Bandarwal. When you hear the name Bandarwal, I'm sure that you are imagining the beautiful hills, the mist, and the cool climate. At first, it was like putting me into a freezer in the middle of a desert because I was not used to stay under such a cool environment. But later, I thought it will be okay with the time. So, how many of you would like to stay in the college hostel at the age of 8 without your parents? Well, for me, whether I liked it or not, I didn't have an option. I didn't have a choice because the school was located a bit far away from home. I never knew that this was the beginning of another chapter of my life, with washing my underwears by myself and stay under many rules and disciplines. Though I missed my normal routine at home, I got used to work on time, do my studies, do my homework, and manage other routines as well. Besides, I made many new friends from all over the country throughout my 7 years of hostel life. The memories I made with them are unforgettable. I can still remember how we had unofficial wrestling fights inside the dorm, winning biscuit packets instead of bells, how we walked to school, how we had meals together, and cannot forget how we were punished for small fightings. Those are the memories I cherish and nourish from my childhood. After my family moved to Bandarwal, I turned myself into a day scholar where I was able to go for extra classes and to explore the city of Bandarwal and Allen by just bunking classes with my friends. This gave me the feeling of a parrot who came from its cage. Speaking about my A-level days, I was a very disobedient student because I had a bad habit of making very strange noises inside the class. The times I got punished are countless, and even I got suspended twice from the school. Though I broke the rules for fun, I kept track on my studies, sports, extracurricular activities, and ended up surprising my teachers with an unbelievable A-level results. When it comes to my passions, I always like to do. I love to do designing. So after I got my A-level results, I applied for the fashion designing aptitude test of University of Mortua. At the same time, to alleviate my after A-level poverty level, I thought of joining to an advertising firm at Colombo as a trainee. And this was like coming out from the freezer back to the desert because I had to travel all the way from Bandaranagal to Colombo. Believe or not, after 5-6 months, I became my boss's favorite employee, maybe just because I get drunk with him most of the time. By time passes, I couldn't get qualified myself for the fashion designing degree program, since I faced the most difficult exam I ever faced in my life. So instead of worrying about my failures, I thought of I thought of changing my direction. Then I quit from my job and gave myself a break to think about my future investment. So then I got to know about KDU, and later I applied for KDU. Who would think that I will be selected to do a logistics management degree program at KDU? Neither I. Coming to KDU was another chapter of my life. I found many new friends, and among them, I found one special friend who got close to me. Later, we became best friends, and now we are more than best friends. It is none other than our current secretary, Toastmaster Minoli. She's the main reason why I became a part of KDU Toastmasters family. Honestly, I had no idea about Toastmasters until I stepped into KDU Toastmasters meetings. Later, I realized how important is this club to develop my public speaking and communication skills. Now, looking back at my life, I have been through so many ups and downs, so many difficulties. Sometimes I failed, sometimes I was rejected. But with all of this, what I learned is no matter how were you good or bad, rich or poor, honored or dishonored, what really matters is who do you want to become in the future, and what do you do right now to achieve that future? Because your past is your lesson, your present is a gift, your future is your motivation. Over to you.
Thanks, Toastmaster Sachitra. A missed opportunity is an open to 1,000 opportunities, right? I think Toastmaster Sachitra made us prove that. And also, fun fact, guys, there's another person who was doing the same exam at Motor University as Sachitra. So yeah, and that person is on the audience as well. We'll find that out. You all know the person as well. So, and another fact is, guys, if someone says who in the faculty of management, we'll know who as well, right? The professional who, we have that person as well in the faculty. So yes, next up, we have Toastmaster Prasansa. Toastmaster Prasansa? Where is she? She's muted, yes. And
Hi.
Sanara, are you there? Toastmaster Sanara? Yes,
Yes.
she's there as well. Okay. So let me read out the speech title. The Dream Catcher. The Dream Catcher, Toastmaster Prasansa. Over to you.
So, Nimnaka,
Yes.
Sanaraki should give out the.
No, it's okay.
Give out start with. Okay, it's good. Okay, cool.
Nimnaka, I'm not visible to myself.
No, wait, hold on.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Have you ever got surprised in your life? What kind of a feeling do you get? Happiness, excitement, disappointment, or regression? Going back to 2000. Venue, Air Force Hospital, China Bay. My father screamed out of surprise, "Oh, it's not a boy, it's a girl." And 3 months ago, my doctor, "Your child is going to be a son." And my mother, "Yes, doctor, I can feel it. Probably he's going to end up as a martial artist. 2022 remarks a memorable day in my parents' life because they witnessed the biggest surprise in their life, but the first and last. And that's me. Were they disappointed of this surprise? No, never. But the so-called martial artist turns out to be a girl. But they were always excited and happy with me because I never failed to play the role of a boy and a girl at home. I never became that girlish girl, but the tomboyish girl. When all the other girls were starting to play with dolls and cook, I took my ruler in my right hand and my cardboard shield on my left hand and start fighting with each and every wall in the house. And I came to a point where I had to transfer to a more girlish type in 2006. And that's the year I entered the heaven on earth. Holy Cross College, Gampa, the school, the place which taught me the best and the worst lessons in my life, and also formed me to a dream catcher. Like all the other girls, I was good at my academics, but I never forgot to pay 95% of my attention on extracurricular activities. But I didn't forget to pay attention on my academics because I remembered my parents were always forcing me regarding the academic results. And moving on, in 2012, I would rather say the turning point of my life. After representing my school and my country in an international conference, I realized what my talents, possibilities, potentials were. And I get the first chance to speak in front of the whole school. And yes, I did, but I was so afraid and not confident at all. But after my speech, the principal walks towards me and says this: "Prashansa, well done with your speech. You will definitely become the head prefect of this school. You will become an example and a role model for all the youngsters who are standing in front of you." And yes, this hit me so hard that I started to dream big and dream hard. I went out of the comfort zone. And yes, I worked so hard. I took each and every opportunity and task to prove that I am capable to be the head prefect. And yes, amidst thousands of failures, worries, sufferings, downfalls, I became the head prefect in year 2018. And yes, I accomplished all my tasks as a proper head prefect. And I was nominated as one of the best head prefects in my school history. Dream number one, accomplished. But dream number one taught me more than enough lessons. I realized that you will fail so many times, but never give up. Never give up on dreaming. Believe in yourself. Motivate yourself. Don't try to challenge anyone outside. Just challenge yourself. Dream big. Be a dream catcher. And yes, I get the chance to accomplish my second dream. That's when I get the chance to become a global volunteer in my dream city, Budapest. So after A-levels, here I am walking forward towards my dream city. And dream number two, I accomplished that task perfectly. And then this dream number two made me realize what my ambition is. Prashansa, you are never suitable to become a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, or a politician. You must excel in the field of international relations, travel, interact with more people, and be the change you want to see in the world. And yes, dream number two made me realize that. And here I come home with a big surprise call from my principal, who told me to come and deliver a speech at school as a person who will motivate the students, because I got my A-level results and I had done it. Yes, I step into my school and I conduct a motivational speech, and that was my final speech in school life. And after this speech, my sister told me, "You are a role model for all youngsters. and I was called Miss Versatility, Miss Extraordinary, an all-rounder who performed well in both academics and extracurriculars. I remembered what my former principal told me. She gave me dreams. She gave me the potential to dream big and work hard. And yes, I have accomplished one of the biggest dreams in my life. So why not? Dream big, dream hard. Give wings to your dreams. No matter what, you are the person who own your life. Don't challenge anyone else. Be a dream catcher. Work for it and make your dreams come true. Over to you.
Thank you to Pastor Prasansa for reminding us that each challenge we get in life is an opportunity for us to improve. So, with that wonderful speech, I would like to move on to the next speaker. Toastmaster Manodya. Yes. Toastmaster, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Can we have Helene? Helene, are you there? Yes, great. Yes. Right. Toastmaster Manodya. Something exceptional. Something exceptional.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, good.
Right. I shall repeat again. Something exceptional. Something exceptional. Toastmaster Manodya. Over to you.
The day was 3rd of April 2014. That was the day I got my national identity card. Of course, it was a great day for me, but that is not the only reason I remember this date. Our land phone started to ring continuously. My mom picked up the phone and repeated the same answer. Ah yes, he got 5 A's, 3 B's and 1 C. C for English literature. He got 5 A's, 3 B's and 1 C. C for English literature. That was the day that my O-level results were released. Toastmasters of the day, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to walk through few incidents in my life that helped me to discover myself. That was not the result I was waiting. I was waiting way beyond that. I was expecting 9 A's and I was dreaming to taking part in our school special ceremony for the students who got 9 A's, like my sister did. My sister Prabhavi, she got the first 9 A's for our family. Being the peacemaker of our family, I was determined to continue that thread. But my younger brother came in there, did it. Being the middleman of the family, I was raised by this beautiful family and blessed by my parents. But I knew I have something exceptional that my brother or my sister do not have. I was correct. That was ego. Back then, I thought I'm genius. So I didn't really work on my past papers. I didn't consider about my subjects or marking criteria. I can still remember one of my friends who did English Lit with me said, English is nothing for us who are doing English Lit. I used to believe that. I had that ego. And finally, I got B for English and C for English Lit. Well, he got S for English Lit. That was not the only exceptional thing I had. After getting my O-level results, I was determined to do my A-levels better. I was dreaming that I will get the best results and attend for Morato University. The common dream that the majority who do maths share without knowing absolutely nothing. One day I woke up and my mom said, Buddha, your results have released. You got 3 A's. Not 3 A's, 3 S. That was not the result I was waiting. I was expecting way beyond that. I was dreaming that I will get the best results and taking part in our school's special ceremony for the students who got best results, like my sister did. But I knew I have something exceptional that my sister does not have. And I figured out it was hustle. Back then, I used to go for 7 13-hour long math classes. Weekend was my class days. Once I leave home at
Toastmaster Manodhi,
What's going on there?
hold on, guys. We'll
yes, something weird happened.
Yes.
Yeah, something weird happened.
you may start.
Once I leave at 6:30 in the morning, I come back home at 8:30 in the night. Even after school, I used to go for classes, barely without my lunch. And when I was sitting for 13-hour long maths class, I was thinking, oh, I will get A for maths. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter how harder you work, you have to work hard at the right thing. What is the point of climbing the wrong Mount Everest? The problem in hustle culture is that it is about like you're sounding like you're busy and working hard for your goals, even though you're not achieving anything. Back then, according to me, doing A-level was going for those classes. After doing my second try, I was fortunate enough to enter KDU. That was not my dream. My dream was Moratuva. I started doubting myself. I saw everything as impossible. But I knew I have something exceptional, but I couldn't see it anymore. Until those lovely words by my beautiful mother. Huda, that's all right. We are here for you. We don't let anything happen for you. Those simple words just opened my eyes. I seriously started to think about my life. These 20-year-old aimless kids still depend on parents? I knew I had to change my mindset. I began to think like a resourceful person. I paid gratitude for everything around me, including my family, and especially I was fortunate enough to be loved by the best angel that anyone could ask for, who's a very special part in my life now and forever, and also who is in this meeting right now. I slowly started to figure out that exceptional part in myself. My fellow Toastmasters, have you ever felt that you have something exceptional? But make sure not to include ego and hustle in it. When you have a purpose, when you have a dream, your life wakes up and everything has a meaning. Impossibilities become possible. The day was 22nd of February 2020. Our HOD came to our faculty and announced the new batch stop. My fellow Toastmasters, I am honored to present my icebreaker in front of you as the batch stop. Think big. Big things don't come by accidents. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manodhi, for that great speech. And this, I heard this. I'm going to make a small reference, guys. In a cricket match, the commentator said, "What a lucky shot to the cricketer!" All right, and the cricketer was like, and the other commentator, side commentator was like, "That was not a lucky shot. That player played thousands of hours of practices to make that shot a reality." So we all have to, practice hard. Everything is not lucky at all. We have to bring the luck to ourselves by practicing hard. Yes, thank you so much, Manodhi, for figuring that out to us. So next up, I would like to kind of get the timers report and the gremlins report. Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster, our first speaker was Toastmaster Mihiri, and her speech was around 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Then Toastmaster Sachitra, his speech was 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Prasansa, 6 minutes and 13 seconds. and Toastmaster Manodya 6 minutes and 54 seconds.
Can we have Toastmaster Asel on spotlight to deliver us the campaigns report?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
You're audible.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, hope you are all doing well. This is not the traditional grammarians report where I, present a word of the day and then explain how many times it was used. But I will go through each of the speeches and point out the things that I really like, that really caught my eye, as well as pointing out places where I think we can improve. And once again, like I say always, these are all mistakes that everyone, including myself, make, because our first language is in English, obviously. So we all have to, so all these things, all these points of improvement are for all of us in general, so that we can learn and improve. Yeah. So first of all, going through the good uses of language that really caught my eye. So starting off with Toastmaster Mihiri. She said that even though I was kicked out from class, I learned many things from experience. I think that is a really great thing. And then I really liked how she related her result for English literature by saying that was the most precious result to me, and then by saying that that the C that she got denotes the challenge I took. I think that was really creative. So well done on that. And you ended off by saying, there is many years to go and many challenges to come. So I think that was a really, really amazing and creative use of language. Moving on to Toastmaster Sachitra. I really liked the phrase where you used getting out of the prison and going back to the desert. I think that was a very creative phrase, and I guess a very original quote. Moving on to Toastmaster Prashansa. Dream big and dream hard. It's a very Obama type statement, I think, so very well done on that. Very powerful statement. And also you use a quote by which I believe is by Mahatma Gandhi, which is, be the change you want to see in the world. And then finally, Toastmaster Manodya, calling himself the peacemaker of the family as the middle child. And also, once again, there are a lot of good original quotes by our members. What's the point of climbing the wrong Mount Everest? I think that was a really, really nice statement. And I think a very sweet thing to say is something that Toastmaster Manodya said, which is, I was fortunate enough to be loved by an angel. I think that was a really nice use of language. And he also ended up with a nice, Obama type statement, which was, big things don't come by accident. So very well done to all the speakers. You all had amazing language and very creative uses of language. Now, certain things that we can improve on. So something that we tend to do is, as Sri Lankans, we either drop necessary words or we add in extra words. Yeah. So an example I would give is where you can say happiest, people say most happiest. Happiest is the superlative term, so it is basically you're saying that you're most happy by saying happiest. So when you are using the word happiest, you don't have to say most happiest. And another common mistake we do is we use the wrong preposition. So things like by experience, it should be from experience. Yeah. So yeah, things like that. And another example there, anything happen for you, it's anything happen to you. So things like that, using the wrong preposition, that is a common mistake that we all do. And then now, while it's okay in when we are talking to our friends or when we're texting to say things like y'all, in a professional speech, which is what we do here at Toastmasters, it's better to use proper phrases like you all or just you. So don't use words like y'all. And also, this is mostly, I think, a mistake that we do when we panic. Basically, is that we jumble up the words from where they need to be. So, how important is this club? it's how important this club is. So things like that. So the only solution there is you need to make sure to write down your speech word by word and practice. It's only practice that can help with mistakes that come through panic and through like nervousness. So and then like one last thing is not really grammar but pronunciation. So English has a lot of English spelling is not very straightforward. You could have words which have the same spelling but they sound different according to context and things like that. So and English has a lot of silent letters as well. So in the word honored, it's the H is silent. So it's not honored, it's honored. So that's just a small pronunciation tip. So when you're not sure of a word how it's pronounced, always check a dictionary, or I think there's one YouTube channel that's entirely dedicated to like to pronunciation. And even on Google, if you type the word, you get like a little speaker button. If you click that, you get the pronunciation. So do things like that, because trust me, none of us are perfect with our English. We can all improve. So use these tools that we have. There are tools like Grammarly, there are tools Hemingway Writer. There are tools that you can use to improve when you write your speech. So yeah, that is about it. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asel and Minoli for giving us your reports, your perspectives. And I would like to now invite to get our evaluators. So Toastmaster Himanshu, are you there to deliver Toastmaster Mihiri's evaluation?
Hello.
Yes, Toastmaster Himanshu, yes. Over to you.
Hello everyone, and hi Mihiri. Yes. Challenges makes your life grow. So I was listening to you from the beginning itself. What an amazing speech that was for a start, and you started the day also. So guys, I think she deserves a very big round of applause if you all listen to her very well. She was so comfortable with the way she conveyed ideas and then spoke about herself. Yes, I like the way you started with the very nice way how you were born to your family and then you moved on to your family life, what your parents do, your sister, and the nice name they gave you. Everything was so nice. And I especially like the mention of the fact of your little incident in school where you were kicked out. And as everyone was talking about this literature subject you did for O levels and getting C, converting that C into a challenge and putting it in a way, giving it a new definition was really nice. So very creative. And other than the content of your icebreaker, we got to know you. We really got to know you. Your icebreaker was the objectives are accomplished. Other than those contents, what else can I commend you on? The delivery, the facial expressions, your pleasantness, your smile, and the way you convicted us about certain things. Challenges make your life very adventurous, and it makes you grow. So you proved it through your voice, your facial expressions, and the way you directed us the idea. So it was all there. What I wanted to work on, since you already are a good speaker, I feel that you could have included a conversation or a little dialogue that got you to get kicked out of your class. Maybe have a little dialogue between your teacher and you, and maybe you could act out that little ants incidents in a I don't know. Well, dramatize it a bit. You can try to dramatize because you are a very creative person. You can always add some incident which brings a little variety to your whole speech. And other than that, I saw a little bit of you observing the script. Well, that's completely fine because of your first speech. But since you are a good speaker already, just try to get avoided and a little bit of nervousness here and there. Take a deep breath, and yeah, that nervousness will get away from you very soon when you're doing more speeches in the future as well. So good luck and well done, superb speech. I'm looking forward to hear more speeches from you. Well done, Mihiri.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Himanshu. And I would like to invite Toastmaster Shani on giving our Toastmaster Sachitra's evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimnaka. Toastmaster Sachitra. It was an amazing speech. I really liked it. When I first saw the title, I actually thought what you were up to, because I never thought a topic like the climate change will explain about yourself, how you went to Bandaravela and how you came to Colombo and the freezer, from the freezer to the desert experience. It was spot on. Excellent job. So Toastmaster Sachitra, I loved your speech. So first of all, it composed of all the three main parts of the speech, that is the introduction, the base, and the conclusion. So first of all, you introduced yourself. It was good. And then about your transition from school, how you worked, and then how you ended up at university, and also the conclusion where you found you spoke about our secretary, and that was, the flow was very good. So I would like to point out the facts where you excelled at. Mostly at the start of the speech, you used a phrase that your mother said, Suduputa. Actually, it grasped my attention and I was actually laughing. Then usage of words like toasties, the parrot was set out in its cage. I actually felt it, as in you were able to induce that in our minds. So well done on that. Also, your usage of gestures was perfect. Even though it was an online platform and it was your first speech, you did a good job at it. Then maybe things that you can work on. So since I think you realized that you went over time, maybe you can reduce the content and you can, reduce the amounts of words, and you can fit it onto the time slot that you got. Also, at some point you said that you had wrestled at your school and the biscuit packets. Maybe if you could have acted it out, it would have been, actually grasped the attention of the audience as well. To challenge yourself, I would say you can use a bit more vocal variety. Gestures also you can improve, but since it's a start, it was very good, but we can do a little bit of improvement as well. So to sum up, I would like to say the climate change was very effective, and usage of words like the freezer to the desert, then parrot being set out of the cage, and your usage of gestures was perfect. To work on, we can maybe reduce the content of the speech so that you can fit into your time slot, and also to challenge yourself to use more vocal variety, to use more gestures. I think you will I would like to listen to some of your speeches in the future. All the best. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimnaka.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shani. Now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Sanala on Spotlight to deliver a evaluation.
Thank you, Nimnaka. Miss Versatility, the tomboy, and also the martial artist. Well, it's none other but Toastmaster Prashansa. I felt like you were telling my story because most of the things there was very similar. Now, things I liked about your very first speech, that there is so much, but with the time, I wrote it in the paper, but I'll just tell a few points. First, you checked the objectives of this project. First, which is to introduce yourself to the as a new member, and second, to have a good structure in your speech. How did you introduce yourself? No, let me tell you how you had a good structure. You started with a question and you went on to your body, which consisted of so many stories about your family, your school, the activities you did, and the most important and the best part is you had a message, which of course, as our grammarian said, dream big, dream hard. Now, what's special about your speech is the entire speech was linked from the point Nimnaka read your title, Dreamcatcher, and we knew, okay, something about dreams, but you had two unique stories to validate your message, which is to dream big, dream hard. One, where you became the HP, which is congratulations, well done on that. And second, you're on your project as a global warrior. So that validated your message. And as a listener, it was enough evidence for us to dream as well. Moving on to the next thing I liked about your speech is your nice use of language. You were clear, audible. You used phrases such as the martial artist, Miss Versatility, tomboyish character, be the change you wish to see in the world, and also dream big, dream hard. With all these amazing points, well, you can work on these points for improvement in your next project. One thing I noticed was very good. You had dialogues, something most people forget. You had a dialogue with the mother, doctor, father, doctor, and also principal and you. Now, when you incorporate dialogues into your speech, what you can add on is your voice variation, because the entire speech, we know how you sound like, but it's always nice to have a different voice for the other characters you bring into your speech. And also you can just maybe turn the side. For example, if your principal is talking like this, I'm facing this side for the principal. And whenever you're speaking, you look at the camera. Your mother speaking, always like something like that. When you do it physically, you can like do it properly, but this is a little, yeah. Next, maintaining eye contact. You had good eye contact, but like since it's an online platform, I suggest you to stare at the webcam, just like I'm doing right now. All right, so it's, yeah, you can work on that. And the third thing is a very tiny point in Toastmasters. They don't like pointing. So if you do this, it's considered offensive. So don't point. Instead, you can use like this for the audience, or maybe like two fingers is like shooting. No, just you can use it like this. So sorry. In summary, you had a good structure. We got to know you a lot, and you had nice use of language. To work on voice variations for your dialogue, look at the webcam and avoid this. Hope all your dreams come true and hope to hear from you in future. Well done, Prashansa. Over to you, Nimnaka.
It was a wonderful evaluation, and I would like to invite next Helene Fonseca on Spotlight to give her evaluation.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nimnaka. So something exceptional. So as soon as I heard, like, got to know of the topic, something exceptional, I had it in my mind that I'm gonna actually listen to something exceptional when I'm gonna listen to the speech. I'd say that you took our attention from the first step itself, where you showed the identity card but covered your face, and I'm like, why didn't you just show it? And like, you didn't forget it, so it was really nice to start off the speech. And like, moving on to the whole content, I'd say your stories were beautifully portrayed. You had like this simple stories which are not like really big or really hard to grasp, but all of them were like really beautifully placed. We could have our attention on each story, and we had all that in mind. So starting off with your O-level results and how you had to fight with your sister because she got this big thing and you had to go there. Trust me, I've been there. Like, we have this thing, we have siblings, we have to achieve whatever they achieve as well, or else we'll be regarded as fools or something. So that was like really nicely placed in your speech. And also the other thing I noticed was you accepted that you had ego. I'd say, like, for my years of life, I have not met people who are like willing to accept that I had an ego or I have an ego. Like, that's something we don't usually say, but most of us have. And yet you, like, bravely and really courageous is that I had the ego. So that was really nice. And the other thing was how you mentioned about your hustle. I'd say like you were really courageous enough to say all this because you were confident with your speech. Like, you were really confident because this is just about yourself. You're not explaining someone else or like any famous person or an elder or someone. It's just you. You spoke about yourself with so much confidence that you didn't fear to say anything about your life. So that was really nice. And yes, so those were like, I'd say, like most amazing points that made the speech actually exceptional. And the things to work on, you could have used your vocal variation a bit more. Like, you had dialogues where your mother had the phone call of your O-level results. So if you could have just changed your voice a bit so that you could like shift your voice to being your mother's, we could have actually pictured the scenario in our head. Although you like changed sides, it was the same tone of voice. So we just heard you speaking. If you could have varied it a bit more, we could have pictured it well. And the facial expression. You used facial expressions, but I'd say most of it was the surprised face. Like you didn't have the blank face or the sad face or the happy face or the courageous, or like there was not much of a variation of the expression they had. It was just limited, but then you within your speech there was so much of areas that you could have used a lot of facial expression. Also, like since this is your icebreaker and your project outline was to like basically give us a brief idea about yourself, maybe I suggest if you could have added a bit more details about yourself, it would have been better, because you started off the speech with your O-levels. Like before that, now we don't like we actually don't know who you were before that. Maybe you were a different person and you changed after your O-levels or something. So like if you could manage your time to say an entire thing like with the beautiful like stories you portray, would have been like really, really, really nice. So to sum it up, I'd say your speech was something exceptional. I'd say like it was totally relatable, like the math situation, the O-level situation, KDU situation. Also, one more point, KDU was not your dream. I bet KDU is a dream for most of us here. I don't think we like dream to come to KDU. Anyways, yeah, so those were the good points. So to work on and challenge yourself for the next speeches, I'd say work on your voice variation and facial expressions. And yes, so good job with your first speech, and hoping to hear from you more. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Helene, on giving us your evaluation and your views. So congratulations everyone to taking your second step towards your 1,000-mile journey. So I'm hoping to see more speeches of you all in the future. So, and you all know we are here thanks to our Toastmaster Ravi, who's our upcoming area director. So he's the one who gave us the Zoom account, and which is controlled by Digayu right now. So I want to give a brief introduction about Ravinaya, because he's a person who helped us behind the stage for many years of time, and this from upcoming term onwards he'll be helping us on stage. So Toastmaster Ravi, can you have you on spotlight to deliver a message what you're helping to upcoming years, upcoming term. Also members can see your face, yes.
I was kind of like stalking you guys. I didn't think that you would invite me to talk. So anyway, I just thought of joining the meeting since Nimnaka asked me to create the meeting link. So it was great to see you guys speaking. I think all of you guys have a lot of good speakers, and the quality of the meeting is, top notch. There's Sanara in the morning said that it could be improved, but I think it is in the top clubs in the country. I mean, in the level of the, if you consider the quality. So there's nothing much to improve on that. So I think Sanara is strong in that end. So good luck to you guys. I think we'll be. I hope to have a good year in the future. So let's see. Over to you, Nimnaka.
So everyone, you all know who to cry to when you all need help now. So yes, now I think I'm end of the session, and I'm gonna give the controls back to our president, Toastmaster Himanshu, to give his ending remarks. And yes, and also guys, register. AGM is coming up on 6th. Register for your votes, okay? Register for the votes. Your vote counts.
Can I?
Yeah, Asal, go ahead.
Guys, please, everyone here. Since I'm so all of y'all are registered, guys. Please make sure to register to vote. The link is on the group. Make sure to register to vote, and most important, I can't stress how important this is. Please triple check the email you put, because if you put a wrong email, you won't be getting your access credentials. Because in a normal physical age, you have to do it, then fine, we can arrange things then and there itself. But we have to make sure that everything is proper. Please, guys, everyone here, I hope most of y'all have already registered, but if y'all haven't, please register to vote. Now it's like right after this meeting, go to the group. The Google link is right there. Go there. Make sure you enter your correct email address. I have to say it. I'll say it 2 or 3 times. Have your correct email address and register, and then be prepared to vote on the day of the AGM. Yeah, that's about it. Over to you, Himanshu.
Yeah. So thank you, Asel, for that reminder, and especially Ravin, thank you so much. You've given us the Zoom account itself. So and even you are here, not just the account. So glad to have you, and thank you for the comment on the quality of the meeting, because I think we are among the top 10 clubs in the whole district last year that complete in the number of completions of educational projects. So that kind of gives us a very high value. And that was a spoiler. And also we have a Amrita Aya with us. Aya, would you have any comments to add on to about the speakers?
Hi everyone. Comments. Yeah. First of all, how many couples are there now in the club? Huh? After we left. That's the most interesting thing I got to know out of all of your speeches. As all the evaluators said, the speeches were top notch. The meeting was also top notch. Really proud to see all of you all, giving speeches like that and handling meetings like this. So, as I always say, it's good to know that the club is in safe hands, so that we can sit back and enjoy the success of the club. So, thanks to you guys for all of that. As I was asked to give some comments about the speeches, all the first-time speakers, great job. I mean, like, it's really hard for anyone to come and give their first speech. I mean, the first speech is the hardest. You don't know what to expect until you give it. And but all the 4 speakers that spoke today, I didn't see any of that. The quality of the speeches were great. I mean, we usually see icebreakers where people come, you have to talk about yourself, so you speak about yourself, and then that's it. So at the end of the speech, we know who you are, what you have done, and that, but there is nothing that the audience is left with to think about or ponder or something to add to their lives. I mean, so, but with the 4 speakers that I saw today, I think that goes to show how much of effort they have put into the speech preparation, and also how many speeches they have observed before giving their speech. They all had something to think about, and that's what we come for a Toastmasters meeting for, right? To hear speeches, get inspired, be inspired, and add something to our lives. Otherwise, 1 hour, 1.5 hours of our life is just wasted if we just come and listen to some speeches and go, right? So kudos to all of the speakers. They've done a really good job in that aspect. Most of the people forget that. They just think about the speeches and the technicality of the speech only, but in the end, it's something more than that. So I think it shows the work that has been done previously by all of you, the evaluations that have been given prior, and all the meetings that have been conducted, so that they have also, I am speaking about the 4 speakers who spoke today, they have, I guess, I don't know, I am joining after a long time, so I guess they have seen a lot of good speeches and speakers before they gave their icebreaker. So I think they are in good hands, as I mentioned earlier. So really happy and proud to see you guys performing at this level. So as always, keep up the good work. Thanks. Over to you, Nimna.
Thank you so much, Aya. So for your information, Amrita is also one of the champion speakers who was there in our club once. So upcoming contest season, he is one of the best sources for you all to approach to for help when it comes to speeches. Because me personally, then again Sanara, all are good speakers. We always approach to him for help and support. He always gives it for sure. And I see still there are 19 people in this meeting, and there were more than that. So all these newcomers from Intech 37, thank you so much. Intech 37, you guys are joining and you all are members. So make sure to register as well in that the voting link. That's one thing. Yes, let's conclude with a picture. Please show yourselves to a picture. Nimnaga?
Yes, I'll take the photo, and we have our and we have one video on.
Please do countdown.
Yes, guys. So I'm taking smile. Harini, one of the, I think you need to. She not. Okay, Harini is there as well. One of, okay. So guys, smile. Manodya, we need you on video. Hold on, guys. Don't smile yet. Don't smile yet. Okay,
Yeah.
you can now. 3, 2, 1. Yes, guys. So yes, we'll see you all at where on 6th of June, 10 p.m. at our AGM. Hope to see you all there.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Sorry.
Congrats to all. Bye. See you.
Bye.
See you guys. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Bye. Well done. I gotta celebrate with Prashant Sana. Okay. Oh, sorry.
we heard you.
Oh God. Yeah. She was like, "This is agri promotion. Come, otherwise I'll kill you." So I was given dead warning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. We're still having assignment.
Peshani, get out of the meeting.
You should give me treats. I put a separate data card to come. But never mind. Great job, all. See ya.
Thank you, Nimnakaya and all the seniors, and especially my mentor, Minoli Aki.
Look how proud she is. Yes, so guys,
Yeah. Great job, icebreakers. Great job, speakers. You all did a great job today in your first speech, and looking forward to see more of the speeches in the coming terms and the coming years. So, kudos.
Thank you, Digayaya.
So guys,
Thank you, Digayaya.
Digaya Malli. Okay.
No, Malli.
Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye.
Okay, I'm ending the meeting,
Bye.
guys. Yes, bye.
You guys are amazing. Bye.
Robin, my yes. Okay. I'm
Thank
ending.
you, Nanduraya.
Nimnaka, I'm ending.
Yes, okay.